Hey guys, Garnie. I'm going to be talking about international travel. It's been a long time since I've done it, and I want to share with you some insights that I've learned recently. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. My name is Garnie, and you know what? I wanted to share with you. Many of you guys know that I travel domestically. I probably do about 50 to 80,000 miles a year on flights domestically. And so when I had the opportunity in April to go to South Africa and just recently going to London and Paris, France, I was dreading, I really was, I was dreading the flight to Europe and Africa. And I wanted to share some things with you because you know what? I over-prepared. Yeah, that's right. I over-prepared, and I wanted to share with you some of the things that I learned recently about international travel that I think will make it a much more pleasant experience for you. Because when I did these tips, it truly was a more pleasant experience. Well, first and foremost, we all know that domestic travel is to get you from point A to point B as quickly as possible, as efficiently as possible, for the most bang for the buck for the airline. So they're going to compromise everything from, leg space to overhead space to you name it. They'll do whatever they can to maximize the dollar for them to get you from point A to point B. And there's nothing we could do about that. I mean, sometimes the food really stinks and sometimes you get none of it at all. Sometimes you just don't get those comfortable seats anymore because, they just don't care. I'm not saying all airlines are like that, but it just happens to be most of the airlines really are just trying to get you to point A to point B. Not so with international travel. I had an opportunity in April to fly Delta Airlines from Atlanta to Johannesburg round trip. It's a 15-hour flight one way. Yeah, that was a really long flight. And I also just recently took a British Airways flight from Austin to London Heathrow. That was a 9-hour flight. And I wanted to share with you the experience that made it a lot more pleasant for my wife and I when we traveled internationally. Now, many of you guys know I'm a big guy. 5'11", I'm heavy. Yeah, I'm a heavy guy. And so basically, I thought I needed to prepare myself completely for these international flights. I thought I needed to bring my own pillow, my own blanket, my own stuff, have my stuff at my feet. You know what, guys? Let me tell you right off the bat. The international flight crews or any international legs, they're wanting to make it really, credible airlines, at least the ones that I've rode with, they want you to be comfortable, and they're going to do what they can to make you comfortable. So let me share with you some of those things that made me comfortable. First and foremost, you don't need to bring a blanket and you don't need to bring a pillow. Unless you really need to bring your specific neck pillow, you really don't need to. Because most of the seats on international flights, they already have adjusting headrests that go up and down and actually have flanges where you can relax your head. Plus, they already give you a pillow. They give you one of those small pillows that you can have at your seat. They also give you a blanket. Yeah, so I know they took those away domestically, but international flights, they give you a pillow and blanket. So you don't need to bring your own unless you really, really, really need one. I brought my own neck pillow on this last flight, and I definitely never used it. Yeah, I never used it. So it was a waste of space for me. So I used the pillows they provided. So here was the other thing. I thought I needed to have my bag at my feet. Well, I decided these last couple of times that I'm not going to have my bag at my feet. I don't need my battery, my laptop, and all my accoutrements at my feet and my bag. You know what? There's a long flight. Put your bag in the overhead bin space. Yeah, I know some airlines tell you need to put it at your feet, but you know what? There was plenty of space to put my backpack in the overhead bin space, so I can maximize the space at my feet. The other thing I want, but I did bring some things that were comfortable for me, and that made it comfortable for me. So let me start off with a good set of headsets. Yeah, have a good set of headsets, and these are, in fact, these are my Jabras. And these are on the ear, and these are my Audio-Technica's over-the-ear headsets. Both great headsets. I love these, but I love my over-the-ear headsets because they go over the ear and they basically muffle the sound. Now, some of you guys have those Bose Quiet series, which is great. If you have those, more power to you. But I like these Audio-Technicas because of the sound depth and quality, and I just really enjoy them. In fact, that's all I really needed from an electronics. Oh, I take that back. I needed my tablet. Yes, I had my tablet. I had all my music and all my personal movies on here, my personal games. But I will tell you, the last few times I've rarely used it. But my wife used hers, and she actually brought books, puzzle books and books that she reads on the flight, so that was comfortable for her. Again, you notice I'm being minimalist here. I just talked about a headset, I'm talking about my tablet, and that was it. Because all the other entertainment was provided by the airlines. There's a display HUD right in front of you, display hub, and it provides you nearly all the newly released movies or newish movies that are out there. Like, for example, the Marvel's Avengers Civil War was on. There was the Batman vs. Robin. There was a couple of other movies my wife liked that were out there. I think Kung Fu Panda 3 was on there too. You know, just it was just fun movies that you can watch that were recently released, but they haven't been put on DVD yet. So that was kind of cool. I think Force Awakens was another one that we watched out there. That was pretty cool. So those are the things that we took. So I didn't have to worry about entertainment. It was already there for you. Now, food-wise, I thought, I needed to bring my own food, right? I needed to bring my own chocolates. If you absolutely need specific snacks because of your dietary needs, go for it. But you know what? I bought snacks at the airport in Austin and never used them. Never used them. I went the whole round trip, brought it back to the United States. In fact, they were just taking extra space in my bags because I never needed to use them. Now, I will tell you, the airline food is not 5-star, more like 3.5 star. It's edible. It's good. It's good enough. It really is. I mean, you can't screw up a salad, right? But they keep you fed. They want you to be comfortable. Also, the wine, the alcohol, and the sodas and juices, they're free-flowing. It's like I could just walk up and say, I need a double scotch, and boom, there it is. If I need another glass of wine, or if I'm interested in just getting up and walking to the galley area to get some more water, there it is. It is, they want you to be comfortable. I'll stress that. So that was really neat. But there were some other personal things I wanted to bring to keep me comfortable while on flights. Well, while you're in flights, you're sitting there for quite a while. And for me, I always bring mints. So I had this little bag that Delta gave me. It's a little DOP kit from other flights I've had before. You can use a plastic bag or whatever, but here's my little DOP kit I use for my seat, so I'm not having to bring my backpack down. So here's my little tin of mints that I stick in my little bag here. What's another thing that I need while I'm on a flight? A pen. In fact, put 2 of them in there. In fact, here, I'm gonna get 2 ink pens. 2 ink pens and put them in here. Why? One of them may not work. But the reason why you need ink pens is not just because of the puzzles in the magazines. Is that, don't forget, you need to fill in immigration papers and custom papers when you're entering a new country, right? So that's what goes inside my DOP kit. You know what? You always like to sleep or have quiet time. So some earplugs that you want to have in your little DOP kit for when you're flying. Also, there's inevitably somebody, especially at night when everybody's trying to sleep, he or she always turns that light on or flips open that shade, and there's light filling the cabin. That's no problem. I obviously bring one of these. It says do not disturb masks. Sleeping masks. So yeah, make sure you have some of those in your little bag. And of course, while you're flying around, you know what? It's every once in a while it's good to go get up and brush your teeth. So I got these small disposable, toothbrush and a small tube of toothpaste that go in here. It's good just to brush your teeth every once in a while, right? Especially if you're on a 15-hour flight, you want to brush your teeth at least twice, right? And if you're on a 9-hour flight, you at least an hour before you land, you want to brush your teeth before you meet anyone else, right? Especially the person sitting next to you. Sorry, the mints don't cover that much up. Because of flying, guys, and you're in that cabin for such a long time, air circulates through an air conditioning system, and inevitably it dries out. So what I recommend is always carrying a small tube of lotion with you. And it's just for your hands and for your elbows and things like that, just in case it just gets too dry out there. So not a lot, just a little bit, just to add a little bit moisture back into your hands. But here's the most important thing in my DOP kit, and I highly stress this for anyone who travels, because this last couple of times it has been gold for me. and that is having lip balm. That's right, guys. Because of the dry air in the cabin, no matter how much liquid you drink, your lips are going to dry out. So have lip balm in your little doc kit, and that will help you out tremendously. Okay? So guys, I just wanted to share that with you. That's my quick travel tips for traveling internationally. Again, look how small this little doc kit is. Small, it can fit in the seat pocket in front of you. My iPad sits in the seat pocket in front of me. Again, there's plenty of leg room. I don't have things at my feet. Oh, one more bonus thing. People bring extra socks. Thin socks. So, if you're wearing flip-flops on the plane and you want to keep your feet warm, or slippers, you can keep your feet warm, or just use those instead of your regular socks. I highly encourage that if you wanted to do that. So make yourself comfortable, but don't overpack for it. So anyway, guys, I hope you like what you see. If you do, hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel, get out there and hit that subscribe button, because I'm always looking for new friends to join me on this journey. So come along, let's have some fun. And until then, let's talk to you tomorrow. Peace.